Thinking about then and now, I think it's really hard sometimes to keep the line between the past and the present. And because our lives on Earth are so short, you know, it all just kind of happens in the blink of an eye. And I'm sure 20 years now, when I'm recounting it, it'll all just feel like one period.
The Bay Area has so much to offer, you know, still, even with all of its pitfalls now, it's still a beautiful place. San Francisco is still lovely. Even though we've lost a lot of things, there's still a lot still here.
What really appealed to me about the city, and then when things started to change, you still realize that, you know, there's still great people here, still have, you know, maybe the warehouses are gone, but there's still people trying to do stuff, and so just kept changing and evolving, but it was still not worth me like moving away for anything because my roots were already firmly planted here.
There's still stuff happening, and I'm not going to mention where.
There still are a lot of businesses going on that are not about money or greed or tech or any of those like cliches that we like to like blanket over that whole scene.
Still just a bunch of great creative people in this town, you know. And now there's a whole new crop of young kids. Like I feel like, you know, grandpa of the scene or something.
A lot of folks come through, pass through. There's so much this city has to offer. There's so much the creative act has to offer.
I'll just paint and make music, and it's my favorite environment, you know. And even at 52, it's, you know, and wanting to like settle down a bit more and live alone, and you know, it's not ideal in some ways, and yet I find that artistically it is ideal.
There were definitely times when I thought, I should just go to New York. Like, if it's gonna be hard, why don't you go to hard where the epicenter is? I'm glad I've stayed, and even though it's been a really like difficult path at times, I also feel very connected to this community.
Each day for me is a new day to create some other association, affiliation, partnership, event that will give people really a lot of joy and a sense of community and love.
Between Gravy Train, the history of like my uncle, who was a blues musician here in Oakland since the 60s, and all this other stuff, I weaved a life.
It's like what we do best, you know, is make music. Like people are like, why are you still doing it? It's like, well, it's the one thing I do best in this life besides make a margarita.
I ended up buying a truck, and now I live in a truck, so that I never have to watch my neighborhood get gentrified again.
We live in a world in which people are forced to do all kinds of things in order to survive. Like, you have to make a living, and it's a paradox. Like, artists should make a living. Like, art is really important to society. Music is really important to society.
I feel like artists that are really artists that just really mostly want to make art keep creating